All right, sports fans, welcome to episode 5 of I Called That. I'm your host, Matt Couchy, and I've got my co-host, John Edelman. John, how are you, man?
What's up, man? How are you? All is well over here, man. It is a great time of year. March Madness is here. Um, I love it. It's my favorite. So thank you again for having me. And let's kick it off, man. Let's
Let's
kick it
jump in,
off.
man. Yeah, spoiler alert, there was the topic for today, March Madness. Yeah, we're gonna get into it's Sunday night, by the way. So Selection Sunday just wrapped up about 8 minutes ago. So we're gonna get into the tournament. We're gonna talk upsets, champions, etc. And we're actually gonna build a bracket together. How do you feel about that?
I love it.
All
I
right,
love it.
cool. Awesome, man. Okay, so first up, man, did you have any big surprises or any shockers for the seating of the selection committee?
I mean, not so much seeding. I think there's going to be a lot of matchups that are going to be a lot tighter than the numbers that they're ranked, which usually happens, right?
Yep.
Um, I really did think though that Miami of Ohio was going to get in and not have to play in. That is the one that I was like, ooh, I did not. I was a little bit shocked by that. That's probably the only one.
Hmm.
What about you? Did you see anything?
Yeah, VCU, that one kind of surprised me. I didn't think they'd make it, but they didn't win. Well, they did win their tournament, so that saved them. That saved them. It looks like they're matched up against North Carolina, so that's going to be an interesting one. But that, and then I will say, I was a little surprised to see. I think it was 9 teams from the SEC make it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. No, 10 teams from the SEC made it. That seems like a lot for a very top-heavy conference that, in my opinion, I don't know if any of the bottom 3 or 4 teams are going to make it past the first
No.
round. So that was interesting to me. I'm coming from the Big Ten, and I like to see the Big Ten represented. I could have probably seen another team, at least one more from the Big Ten in there, but
Yeah.
well, I mean, I guess tides are shifting, right? Like money is everywhere, so we are seeing the SEC stand up. You got the coach movements a couple years ago with Calipari going to the
He went to
Razorbacks.
right, Arkansas. Yep.
Arkansas, yeah. Vanderbilt had a great year this year. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Bama, I think Bama's a top scoring offense this year, so not surprised to see them. And then the top team in the SEC being Florida. They won it last year, right?
Um,
I think so.
yeah, they won against I think it was Houston.
That's right. I think so. I'm like 80% sure about that. So funny how a
A
year just
year.
forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my big surprise there. Um, okay. So, takeaways from the bracket. It looks like, you know what? I think this gets easier if I pull up the bracket and we can just kind of look at it as we talk about it. Let me do that here. I'm gonna share my screen with you. All right. So, can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
yours loaded. I'm glad yours loaded. Mine won't load.
Okay.
So
So
glad that's up. Perfect.
if anybody's listening, there's storms in Chicago right now. So John's having some connection challenges. What I told John is if he does get suspended, his access kind of fizzles out or whatever, I'll keep pushing. So it's gonna be a one-man show for until John can jump back on here. So bear with
If
us.
it goes down, you can handle it. I know you can.
I do. I think so too. So my quick observations here, if you look at East, West, and then I'm going to move to the bottom portion later, but the East looks like it's got the toughest bracket in the whole tournament, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
Duke, Kansas, you got Michigan State, who was going to be a 2 seed until they lost early in the Big Ten tournament. UCLA is a really good team, and UConn obviously has a two seed. This is a tough bracket. Um, on the flip side, I want to say the Midwest seems like the easiest one to me. Um, and then I think the South is going to be pretty interesting as well. A lot of big teams in the South too. So I don't know. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I agree. I think that the South is going to be difficult. I think that the Midwest, I mean, there's some squads for sure. My thing is like based off what we saw in this last weekend of this tournament or last week of this of the of the division or the conference tournaments. It's like I got to remember like turn my thoughts off on that. That doesn't necessarily mean that much
Hmm.
because March Madness is different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like Florida lost in their against Vanderbilt in their game to win that division or that conference. So it's interesting to see that, but you got a lot of teams. It comes down to the teams where yeah, there's a lot of big name teams, and that's where I think I would probably focus on like what those upsets could potentially be. But the Midwest, especially, I think having Iowa State and Virginia,
Hmm.
I think those two teams I would keep a close eye on. But
Hmm.
look at St. Louis. Look at St. Louis coming out of the woodwork this year. I don't remember last time I saw St. Louis come through with a
No,
record like that in the
no,
Midwest.
no, that's true, man. St. Louis, I believe this is actually, hmm,
They're
no,
the they have an interesting mascot.
yeah,
Um,
what does it say here? So yeah, team comparisons. This is a pretty good matchup, man.
yeah,
Net rank 30 versus 33, strength of schedule 100 versus 75. It's an interesting one. What's missing from this? I don't know why they didn't load it up is the injuries.
yeah, that's
Um,
true. It's just
it-
one of those things like in the Midwest, like that's one of those teams that I think like you just said, like the Midwest looks like you have some tough schedules, some tough teams, but like that's where I think we might see some of these underdogs potentially go pretty far.
yeah, yeah. Well, what I actually let me sum this up in a more simple way. The left side, East and South, seem tougher than the right side to me, West and Midwest. Like, for example, I think Arizona probably has the cleanest path to the Final Four, and then I
Oh yeah.
think Michigan has probably the second cleanest path. But like, if you look at the South, man, like I don't know, there's like two, three teams there I could see making it to the Final Four, and then the East, I mean, Duke's incredible, but like, if it's not them, there's also like probably two or three teams that can make it there too that I could see easily
Yeah.
between Kansas and UConn and Michigan State. Yeah.
I mean I think that the East region, I mean Duke, yeah, I think that Duke's going to be one of those teams that a lot of people pick to take it,
Yeah.
to take the whole thing for sure. Um, I don't think they're going to be your East region upset. I
No,
don't think so.
no.
Um, they're too strong,
They're too
and
strong.
yeah, on too many levels.
Whoops.
But I will say that the East region, and yeah, the hmm, West, Arizona, obviously.
Yeah.
But look out for teams like Miami.
Yeah.
Look out for teams like Miami, man. They a 7 versus 10 Missouri. I don't know too much about Missouri in that West region, but that path as soon as you in any of the brackets or in any of the regions, but like as soon as you break off one of those
Yeah.
number one or number two seed squads, that path obviously opens up
Yeah.
pretty quickly for those teams in those other regions. Like, oh, we don't have to worry about so and so when we get to the Final Four or
Yeah.
so that I think you know what I mean.
I do,
Like
man.
a big team could get knocked out in any of the regions, and that just opens it up a field day for. a team to just work their way through and go to the championship. That's what's so interesting about it.
Yeah. Well, let's do this, man. We're gonna kind of jump to the bottom of our agenda, which is the I called it segment. So I want to do that now because we're gonna jump into building the bracket, and you and I might have different opinions. So maybe the team you're expecting to win is different from mine. So let's do this. Let's do the I called it right now, and then we'll jump in to build the bracket. Who you like to win us all?
All right, I'm gonna go with. Hold on, I got my bracket, my mock bracket up right here.
All
Not
right.
one that I've filled out, obviously, but kind of using it as a resource. I think the team that's going to take it all, realistically, um, I really truly think it is going to end up being Arizona.
That's who I got.
Is it?
Yeah.
Look at
Okay. So maybe
that.
our bracket will be identical. I don't know.
At
Um,
least in that region.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, why don't we start with that region, given our consensus on the winner overall? Um, so let's go down. We got Arizona coming out of the first round. Who do you like between Nova and Utah State?
Hold on, I got to pull up my thing one more time.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I'm going hard on Utah State.
Yeah, I don't dislike that. I was kind of thinking Utah State too. Let's do it, man.
Look out for Utah State. I really truly think so.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that they're going to take it to the big show, but they might be that one of those teams that comes and battles through and makes it pretty far. So we'll see. So I'm taking Utah State.
All right, man. Well, user pick says 43% choosing Utah State to move on. Uh, I like their net rank 26th versus Nova's 35. 0 and 5 for Nova against top 25 teams. Strength of schedule favors Utah State. Points higher for Utah State. Opponent points lower, which is what you want. Yeah,
Right.
all this points to Utah State in terms of stats too. So I think we'll get this one. We'll get this one right. All right, this next matchup is an interesting one. I've watched a lot, the majority of the basketball I've watched this season has been the Big Ten. I've seen a little bit of a few games of Wisconsin. Um, I'm actually gonna pick the upset here. High Point is supposed to be one of the top scoring teams in the country,
Yeah.
and yeah, you see they put 90 points a game. Their defense is actually pretty solid too. They're a tall team, is what I understand. Wisconsin, by the way, this is the best offensive team Wisconsin's had in a couple decades. So they can shoot,
Right.
but they're just hot and cold sometimes. Um, what do you like out of here?
I High Point, I've always kind of paid a little bit of attention to. They've been one of those teams that, yeah, they aren't that team that's necessarily in the spotlight, like, Wisconsin, all those bigger Big Ten teams that, a lot of people see come down into these tournaments.
Hmm.
So I'm going to jump on board with you on that High Point because I think after seeing what Wisconsin was able to do this past weekend, they're a good team for sure, right? Like they're good, but like you said, they're hot and cold. So I'm High Point.
All right, man. I like it. Okay, Calipari and Hawaii. Stats are very favorable to Arkansas here. User picks as 93% are choosing Arkansas. I don't know if there's much debate here. Do you want to play with fire and pick the upset?
I'm not playing with fire on that game. That Calipari just has he's been in this position so many times.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's just there's yeah, we're gonna go with Arkansas for sure.
Arkansas it is. Okay. So real quick, Texas, NC State. Do you know anything about this game? I know these two are like two teams I did not think were going to make it in. Texas, I believe Texas was the last. Yeah, Texas was the last SEC team in. the 99 conference record and 1814 overall record. And then NC State, I think is just very similar. They're just not they're not a strong team. But between the two, do you have an edge here?
My edge is going to be NC State.
Okay.
NC State's had a solid season. Um, you know, out of those two teams, I'm going to pick NC State. If it was anybody else, I don't know if I would pick them,
Okay.
but I think NC State's good enough to where they can get in.
Okay. And then so NC State BYU, who do you like?
And BYU's got that experience, dude.
Yeah.
They got that. They're a team that you see all the time.
Yeah.
Um, I'd have to comfortably take BYU on that.
Yeah, I mean, look, user picks is agreeing with you, 84%. By the way, Texas is who they've got making it out of the NC State Texas matchup.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Let's see if I can prove them wrong.
yeah, let's prove them wrong. Let's go NC State beating Texas and then BYU beating NC State. I'm down with that. All right. Gonzaga and Kennesaw State. Or Kennesaw. I don't even know if they use the state anymore. Um, who you like there?
I mean, again, going with those experienced teams, those experienced programs,
Yeah,
Gonzaga being, I mean, how many times has Gonzaga like just came out
dumb.
of nowhere and just went far?
Just
You
dumb.
know, like
Yeah.
I'm going to take Gonzaga with confidence.
Okay, look, they even have the injury report updated now. Look at all these injuries. A lot of guard injuries on Kennesaw State. So I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
I think Gonzaga wins by at least 20 here.
Although, wait, did that just say Braden Huff was out?
Yeah. Expected to return March 25th.
Okay. That won't make too much of a difference, but sometimes those certain players, man, change change the
Yeah,
dynamic.
I agree with that comment, but like this guy's 16 minutes a game. He's not a major
He's
player.
not a major, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Consensus all around so far. Miami, Missouri. Okay, man, real quick, before you call this pick, this is getting played in St. Louis. Let's see what user picks pick Miami, 65%. Miami 32 net rank versus 58 on Mizzou, 98th strength of schedule versus 76th for Mizzou. Points are practically even at 82 versus 80. I'm rounding. Uh, Opponent points, Miami's got a little bit better defense, 71 versus 75. And then these are interesting stats here. 7-3 at home for Miami, 5-5 for Mizzou. That's very interesting. You must be a
Yeah,
little.
I mean, strength. I mean, they didn't get smoked by Arkansas.
No. So who do you like?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I might keep it interesting here. I might take the Mizzou upset on this one.
Is that because of the home court kind of thing?
Well, my maybe not necessarily home court, but like I've watched Miami's last two games,
Yeah.
and they've done pretty good, right? They've obviously what are they 4-1? Yeah, 4-1 in the last two games or the last
I
10
think
games.
it's in here somewhere.
Yeah,
Last
right
10
there.
games, Miami. So last 10 games.
I mean, they did get smoked by Virginia.
Yeah, but Virginia's, well, they lost by 3 at Virginia. Oh, over.
Mizzou did, but look at Miami.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Yep, yep.
So I mean, that to me is somewhat telling. Um,
Well, hold on. Are we reading this right? I think this is last 10 games just for Miami. Yeah,
yeah, that
Miami
is the
lost.
last. Okay, so that was super early when they lost against Virginia.
That's right. Yep.
So they've lost twice against Virginia. They split with Louisville. And
Hold
then
on,
how do we get to the Miami or Mizzou last?
hold on real quick. 1-0, 2-0. Is this how we're supposed to read it? First game over here, and then last game over here?
Yeah, it looks like it. That's a weird layout.
That is a really weird layout. Okay. So
So if you
that,
look, yeah, because they just played Virginia and they lost. That was like
yeah.
yesterday, I think.
Okay. I got smoked. Yeah.
So
And
I
then
mean, and then Mizzou.
Mizzou's lost three in a row.
uh, oh, look at that. 84-88 against Arkansas
Yeah.
in
Overtime.
OT.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Mizzou upset.
You're taking Mizzou? Okay.
Yep.
I like Miami here, man. But let's go with your Mizzou. Um, I like Miami. I think they got Malik Reneau on that team. He's first team All SEC, and he is um,
He's a stud.
he's a beast. Sorry, ACC, first team All ACC. He's a beast, and he's a senior, and that's why I would pick Miami. But let's go. We'll go with yours.
Okay. If you feel more confident with Miami, we can throw Miami in
That's
there.
okay. I'll do it in my own personal bracket.
Okay. And then we can compare notes. Be like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. And then Purdue versus Queens. I don't know if there's much of a debate here. 97% of user picks are for Purdue. You agree?
Purdue is just, gosh.
Coming off a Big Ten
They,
championship or tournament win there.
yeah, and that game today, man,
Yeah,
Purdue they just look good
they look
all
hungry.
around.
They look hungry. Yeah.
Yeah, they look good all around. Hey,
All right, let's keep going with the same bracket, and we'll move to another region. Utah State versus Arizona. 93% got Arizona moving on. Since you and I both picked Arizona to win it all, I'm going to go ahead and move us along here.
yeah.
High
Sorry,
Point.
Utah State. I don't think you're making it past Arizona.
Sorry, buddy. Arkansas versus High Point. I think you got to go Arkansas, but
Yeah.
um, I'm just looking at the stats here. Net
Arkansas
one,
hasn't necessarily had the best year all around. They've pulled out some wins.
yeah, yeah, mediocre, mediocre, decent. Um, yeah, double overtime to Bama. Florida, they got smoked. Yeah, I mean, it's not a team that's going to go much further, but let's go ahead. I'm with you. Let's go ahead and pick them. BYU Gonzaga. This is a good one.
BYU Gonzaga. Uh, I mean, I don't know. Give me. I need some more info on that one. That's a tough one.
All right, 66% of users pick Gonzaga. I tend to agree with them. I think Mark Few is a great coach, and this is a pretty good team as they always are. 30-3 is their record this year. BYU 23-11. I see Gonzaga as much more, rounded team. Their net rank is sixth. BYU's 23rd. Strength of schedule, however, is flipped. So you got BYU with the ninth hardest schedule versus 87th for Gonzaga, but that's the case every year with these West Coast teams here.
Right.
So I like Gonzaga pretty easily here. I don't know if you've got
I'm,
a
I'm
different.
with you.
Yeah, okay. Zaga, and then
Zags.
Mizzou Purdue. Who do you like there?
I think Purdue's gonna take it down pretty far this year. I think.
Yeah, 81% of picks go with Purdue. All right, back to top. Still feeling good about Arizona?
Yeah,
All right. All right, BYU Gonzaga. Whoop, nope, we just did that. Sorry. Gonzaga Purdue rather.
I'm gonna take Purdue down the road.
You are okay. Um,
They look, they just, they had everything today was A, going their way, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but like they had some plays, man, that like they just looked on point on all areas of the floor.
yeah.
Um, which could be where I'm pushing Purdue down pretty far in the tournament,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Let's do it. I mean, they beat UCLA, which is a really good team. They beat Nebraska, a really good team. That was in the Big Ten tournament. And they just won the whole tournament against Michigan in the finals, which is the number one seed. So let's do
yeah.
it. Purdue. And then Purdue, Arizona. Let's go Arizona. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's get down to the Midwest. Pretty straightforward. The Michigan over here.
Yeah, Michigan's straightforward all the
Yeah.
way.
All right. Georgia State.
Neither of those teams, UMBC or who was that, Howard?
Yeah. I don't even know what UMBC is. Georgia
Maybe
St.
someday
Louis.
we will, man. Maybe someday all of a sudden we'll be doing this and UMBC will be like ranked number one.
Yeah.
You're like, remember that one year where we didn't even know who that team was?
Right? Yeah, totally. This UGA St. Louis matchup is actually really good.
Yeah.
They got a 30, so user picks like Georgia 73%. But if you look at the team comparisons, you got like a net rank of 33rd for Georgia, 30th for St. Louis. Um, versus top 25. St. Louis did not play any top 25 teams. So that's kind of the knock on them. Georgia went 2-2. Strength of schedule, Georgia's got the edge there, 75th versus 100th. But points per game is very similar. Right around 90, right around 87 for St. Louis. And then the defense is where St. Louis has the edge. 69 points against St. Louis, and then
Yep.
79 against Georgia. That's a pretty big difference. So, who do you like, man?
I mean, I can't necessarily with confidence take St. Louis to go through that quickly, but or to be done that quickly, just because I really do think that they're a good squad. So I'd like to take them up against Michigan.
Let's do it, man. I like the upsets. All right, Texas Tech, Akron. This is a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb right away. I'm calling Akron wins this one. Texas Tech, I think, is just really banged up right now. The injuries aren't loaded. Um, but I do like what Akron's put together in the Mid-Atlantic there. Net rank. Actually, by the way, Texas Tech has 100% user pick, so maybe I'm dead wrong. But
I mean, that might be your upset.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, Akron is one of those teams, dude. They've made it. They've made it through a couple rounds in March Madness before.
yeah.
And so I think that Akron's one of those teams where like, it's Akron. Don't really talk about them too much, but and they're in the Mid-American Conference. I mean, I'm with you. If you want to go, I'll jump on your bus for that upset.
All right, let's do it, man. This is a long shot, but let's do it. I like Akron's points per game, 88 versus 80 for Texas. There's a better offense with Akron, and they're healthy. Can't say as much about Texas Tech. Bama Hofstra. All right, user picks is 91% for Bama. Um, they're one of the top teams in the SEC this year. 18th strength of or net ranking 18th versus 88th for Hofstra. Strength of schedule 6th versus 129th on Hofstra. Alabama's the top scoring offense in all of college basketball, Division One at 91.7. I don't know, man. Who do you like? This seems like a pretty straightforward one to me.
Alabama.
Yeah, yeah,
Hofstra's just one of those teams, dude. Good for them. I saw when they got selected. Um, there's some level of joy that you kind of have for these teams that get selected that you don't really see too much of. Like
Yeah.
that's got to be so much joy and excitement. Hofstra being one of them.
Yeah.
But I just think when you get placed up against a team like Bama, they got the experience in them.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Miami, Ohio, SMU. Who do you like there?
SMU is what, Southern Missouri or Southern Massachusetts
Southern Methodist, right?
or Southern Methodist.
That's in
Oh,
Dallas,
I'm
right?
taking Miami of Ohio all day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Miami of Ohio. I think that's yeah, that's what this the user picks say is also Miami of Ohio. They only have one loss this year, but they play in a pretty cupcake part of the world in the
They do.
Mid-American. 245th strength of schedule. Um, I don't know if this is much of a debate here either. Tennessee, Miami, Ohio, who you like?
I don't think Miami of Ohio has it in them. I mean, they had a great, obviously a pretty awesome season, but it's a different level when you get to this part of the season. And I don't think they have it in them. In the future, I think they might. We might be talking about Miami of Ohio next year a little bit differently if they keep it up.
Yeah.
But Tennessee for sure.
Okay. Okay. UVA, right.
I
Any
mean,
upsets here?
I can't take that upset with Virginia. Virginia is just Virginia's solid.
They're just stacked, man. I'm with
Yeah,
you. All right, man. I hate Kentucky. Let's just put that out there. It's a team I just don't like in general.
I am with you.
But in terms of this specific conference, do you like them over Santa Clara or do you like the upset here?
We haven't really heard too much about Kentucky this year, which is a good thing. I'm with you on that. I am not a Kentucky fan whatsoever. Never have been. I'm gonna take this as a first round upset, um, which isn't that much of an upset because it's 10-7. But I'm gonna take Santa Clara.
I'm with you, man. I've got Santa Clara here over Kentucky. And Kentucky's been just so hot and cold. I mean, they had some really major ups and downs this year. Let me see. Do I even have their let's see, pull up their schedule here. Let's see. So they lost to Louisville at Louisville. They lost to Michigan State, which is like a really good team. They lost to North Carolina. They lost to Gonzaga. They got whooped by Gonzaga.
Yeah,
They lost to Bama. They lost to Mizzou. Vandy beat them. These are good teams.
yeah,
Uh, Auburn's not that good though. They lost by one though. They lost to Florida, Georgia, Texas A&M, Florida again. Yeah, yeah. They lost
yeah,
three times to Florida. Oof.
yeah,
Okay.
dude. They're not consistent.
No.
I'll be taking that confidently in my personal bracket as well.
Yeah. All right. Iowa State, Tennessee, or Tennessee State. Sorry.
This is my squad right here, dude. I'm
Which
telling
one?
you.
Which
Iowa
one?
State. Iowa
Okay.
State. I've been paying attention to Iowa State for at least the second half of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and they're putting on shows, dude. They got some great shooters. They got some really solid 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Um, they've got something in their squad this year that I think could potentially, put they although they did lose their last game. They did lose their last game. I believe that was against
Arizona.
Arizona by two.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
only lost it by two against Arizona.
Yeah.
So like that to me says something.
Yeah. I like this team too. I like this Iowa State team a lot. Why don't we reverse it? Start at the bottom here. Iowa State versus Santa Clara.
I think Iowa State's going to take it through.
Okay, let's do that. 78% of user picks agree with you. Tennessee, Virginia.
I would go with Virginia too.
Yeah, 68% Virginia. Akron, Bama.
Ooh, now we're getting interesting. Oh man, I I got to tell you, Akron didn't necessarily play the best teams. Like they played NIU, dude. Like
Oh God,
I'm
yeah,
not knocking NIU at all, but like what look at what who Alabama's played.
yeah. But
But
like I don't know, man. Bama hasn't like there's not like any major ranked teams here.
no, there isn't. I mean, you got Arkansas, you got Georgia, you got Tennessee. That's about it. Auburn's not that good. Ole Miss kind of came up out of nowhere in this last tournament, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna let you pick that one. That I mean, this could be an upset. Could be a 12
Okay,
and a 4.
let's go upset, man. Let's do it.
Let's do Akron.
All
Akron to
right.
go to the what does that take them to the Sweet 16?
Sweet 16. Yeah.
Ooh.
I like it. All right. Michigan, St. Louis. Any strong pull here?
Michigan's super angry right now that
Yeah.
they just lost against Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're going to come in swinging.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so you got Iowa State beating Virginia.
Let's do it. Yes.
All right.
I'd like to see that.
And I got to go Michigan here against Akron.
I'm with you.
Who do you like, Michigan versus Iowa State?
Michigan can be beat.
They can. They lost their sixth player too to a torn ACL.
Yeah. Where's that those injuries? Winters Grady?
Yeah. Or no, was it I don't know. It's one of these two guys.
Where would you put the risk factor and just taking Iowa State to the promised land? I
Hey,
don't
man,
know.
I'm down if that's who you like. I'll tell you, man, like the problem with Michigan, they do have a Achilles heel here, and the problem with them is their guard is okay. He's good, he's not great. He's streaky. He does shoot 40% behind the three, but he's also like one of those guys that like when he misses badly.
Yeah.
Um, they just got beat. They just got beat by Purdue. I don't know why that's not in here. Um, they barely beat Wisconsin. It was a very close one against Ohio State, which is not a great team. They're good. They're not great. These are the last two games, and they're tighter than they should be. I think the momentum is really with Iowa State right now compared to Michigan. So I could go upstate here too, man.
I'd say let's do it.
Okay. Iowa
Like
State.
Michigan has height. Michigan has a lot of height on their team,
Yeah.
right? So that's a big factor. But at the same time, teams can easily figure out how to work around height.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I agree. I'm with you. Let's take Iowa State there.
Okay. That's half the bracket. And we got Arizona versus Iowa State in the championship or the semis rather. Let's go to the East right now. So I think Duke easily moves on in the first round against Siena. Who do you
I'm
like?
excited. I'm
Uh,
excited for this division.
Me too, man. Um, who do you like here? Ohio State
I'm
versus
taking
TCU.
TCU Horned Frogs, dude,
Me too.
all day.
Let's do it, man. Consensus. I like it. Um, St. John's versus Northern Iowa. Oof, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Right away out of the gate, I want to say St. John's, but I can't say that. Like with too much confidence.
I know. I know. Let me give you some numbers here to help. So,
I mean,
okay,
their stats are not too far off from each
they're not
other.
crazy. I mean, look, 15th. So first of all, user picks love St. John's. It's probably the Patino factor there. Net rank 15th for St. John's, 72nd for UNI. First top 25 though, St. John's only 2-4. Northern Iowa has not played any top 25 teams. Strength of set schedule is way lopsided to St. John's, given the probably the top 25 players or play
Right.
games played. Here's the difference, right? The offense on St. John's is way better than the offense on UNI. And it's also like The Big East is a better conference than Missouri Valley. So you got to factor that into this. I think if St. John played in Missouri Valley, they'd be higher than 81 points per game. Um, but the defense of Northern Iowa is very, very good. It's one of the better defensive teams in the tournament.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an offense versus defense matchup. We know how that goes. Looking at team stats, field goal percentage, Northern Iowa has the edge, 48 to 45. Three-point field goal percentage, Northern Iowa has the edge, 36 versus 33. And then free throws, actually, St. John has the edge, 73 versus 70. But these are all very tight. No major injuries noted below here. I don't
You know
know.
what? Out of this region, I think we should go with this being a shot Northern Iowa.
Okay. Again,
I think, yeah, I do think out of this region because I don't think there are going to be too many of those on in this region.
well, this is the left side, right? This is the harder conference. There's
Right.
um or conference region rather, sorry. Yeah. So I think I'm actually probably good with multiple upsets here, but let's just go through this. Kansas, you want to pick Kansas?
I mean, I got to pick my squad,
You got
even
it.
though they have not been the best performing team. They should have no problem against Cal Baptist.
Yeah.
They haven't had the best consistent season for sure. I'm surprised they got a four. They got a four seed. But they've also played some really tough teams.
What's that?
Kansas, they play some tough squads.
Well, they do every year, right? They always
Yeah,
play.
they
uh,
always do.
so Kansas, yeah, they played Houston,
Their strength of
Arizona.
schedule is number one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's a difficult, definitely a very difficult
Yeah.
path here. So, all right, no disagreement there. Louisville, Southern Florida.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I might have I might Southern Florida might beat Louisville.
All right, let's call it, man. Let's pick that. Let's go ahead and pick that.
I do like, and I just say that because Southern Florida is one of those teams that it's like one of those out of the woodwork teams, dude.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like Louisville's not that awesome this year
yeah.
by any means. Remember the last couple? They had a couple years where they were like, "Oh, Louisville's just
Hmm.
they're gonna take it to the house." I don't know if that's the case this year.
No,
And
they're
so, and Southern Florida does have March Madness experience.
yeah, yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go to the next one. Michigan State, North Dakota State.
I mean, I think right out of the gate, Michigan State should beat them. I
Yeah,
mean, I gotta go
yeah.
with them.
I do too, man. They actually I feel like they probably should be a two seed. UCLA, UCF.
All right, pull this one up. I want to see the injury report.
Yeah.
This one I've been kind of keeping my eye on.
Okay. So UCF, Tanner Jones is out. He's not back. They've got on the UCLA side, Evan Munjikian is out. He will not be back. And then they've got Donovan Dents, who's 13.5 points a game, 34 minutes a game guard. He's expected back in 3 days. So he'll play every single game. So
UCLA, UCLA didn't look that good in their last game, in
let's
my opinion.
see who they play. Purdue?
Yeah, I mean they 73-66. I mean, although they played a few pretty solid teams,
Yeah.
but
They beat Michigan State, Nebraska, Illinois.
in OT by one. I think I was at your house. No, I wasn't at your house for that game. Maybe I was.
Uh,
Um, Michigan State 82-59. I think I think UCF can beat UCLA. I would take that.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you on that one just because if you look at their schedule, they have been getting better and better and better.
True.
Start off bumpy. They got blown out by Michigan, by Michigan State. Then they edged out Illinois. USC was decent for a while. I think this is before they got bad. Minnesota was good at home this year. Minnesota was actually really good at home. They beat Minnesota on the road. Nebraska's a good team. They beat Nebraska. This is probably a lesser USC team than it was back here, but they won it as they should have. Rutgers sucks. And then they beat Michigan State. So I like the momentum here. And then they lost to Purdue by like 7, and Purdue won the whole Big Ten tournament, right?
Fair. That's a,
So
yeah.
actually,
Let's go with UCLA. And then
actually,
on the side, I'm gonna go with UCF, and then we can
okay.
talk about it.
Okay. I actually like UCLA winning the next round too, but we'll get there when we get there. UConn and Furman.
I'm not a big I'm I don't like UConn. Um, but I don't think they're gonna lose to Furman.
I don't either. I don't either. All right, let's stay here. I told you what I think what's going to happen in this round here. What do you think?
I agree with you.
You like UCLA here?
I think if UCLA is gonna beat UCF, they can beat UConn.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Because I'm tired of UConn,
I'm so tired
dude.
of them too, man. Yeah.
They got commercials out, dude. I'm like, come on, man.
It's
Every
like
all the basketball commercials on ESPN are just like UConn teams.
it's a rich person's school. I got a colleague who's he's older than us. He's like in his 50s, but he's from the East Coast, but he moved to Yukon to Connecticut probably about 30 years ago. And he was telling me he's got a couple kids in their 20s. He was telling me that and I was like, "Oh, you're a UConn fan, aren't you?" He's like, "No, actually, I'm not. Nobody in my family went there. I didn't send my kids there. I looked at it when my kids were eligible to go to college, but apparently UConn is like a big middle finger to even in-state people.
Really?
Yeah, their in-state tuition is very high compared to the other in-state schools. So it's one of those like elitist schools, it sounds like, in terms of financial burdens there. So
Well,
another
I hope they
reason to go
I hope
against
they lose money in their March Madness loss.
it. All right, Michigan State, South Florida. Who do you like?
You know, we could we could sit here all day. You know, obviously Tom Izzo has all that years of this is what I think he set a record for how many times he's gone to March Madness. I
Is
think
that
he's
right?
like some insane number. I think he's a good coach. I'll give that to him. I'm not a huge Michigan State fan.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? I'm kind of 50-50.
I would go Michigan State for the reason you called out, right? The coaching experience in the tournament. I also think they should have been a 2 seed, so they're a little underseeded here. Um, it's a good team. It's actually a really good team. I could see them. I don't think they're gonna make it far, but I could see them getting on a roll and like rumbling here to the Elite Eight, probably at least. But
Okay,
for the sake of this one, for the round of 32, I think they win.
let's take it.
All right. All right. Northern Iowa, Kansas.
I got to take my rock chalk all the way down, at least a little bit further than the second round.
Let's go. Let's go. Duke, TCU. Who do you like there?
Duke.
Let's go.
Duke's just I don't know, man. That's I like I you know Duke has always had powerhouse squads.
Yeah.
I mean, look at they've produced some really great NBA players.
Yeah.
I think John Shire's done a really good job with
Awesome.
his time there
Yeah. It's been
and how
great.
young he is. Local kid, local kid.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think Duke's the Texas Horned Frogs, Texas Christian can't beat them.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay, man. This one's important. This is Duke, Kansas. I know it's your squad, man. Your squad versus the number one overall team in the tournament. What do you like?
I just don't see with the season Kansas has had. Um, I don't necessarily know if any of those Duke players that are out are very valuable.
Let's put it this way. This guy not even 1 point a game, 4 minutes a game. No. Sebastian Wilkins. I don't know if he's played at all this season for them. Caleb Foster, 25 points a game. Yeah, he's not due back till the final four.
I
Uh,
don't think it's going to make that big of a difference.
yeah. And then this guy, Patrick Ngonda, he's a backup center, I think. 22 points a game. Yeah. Or 22 minutes a game. 10.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah, they got a couple bench players out, but I think what does it say when he's back? Oh yeah, he's expected back next week. So it's really just like
Couple guy bench players.
yeah, just one guy who's this guy here, Caleb Foster, who's basically going to be out for the first couple rounds.
I mean, for the sake of uh of our of the bracket, I hate to say this, but I think Duke will beat Kansas.
All right, let's pick Duke. Okay, and then Michigan State, UCLA. What are we thinking here?
I think Michigan State is going to pull through. Again, with the experience, not that UCLA doesn't have that, but I just think I think that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I'm
If
with you.
that's the case. But yeah,
Okay, I'm with you. I got him too. Okay. All right, we're rounding out. Our bracket's rounding out. Who do you like between Duke and Michigan State?
Duke.
Duke coming out, going to the Final Four. Last region. Florida versus what the hell is this? PVAM? I don't even know what team that is.
It's Prairie Valley A&M or whatever it is. They're like in the division with like St. Bonavere and a couple other teams. They played really good in this previous um tournament, but
Prairie View. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think that they're going to be able to necessarily
Bethune. Like, come on. This is the shit I'm talking about, man. I don't know why this team's even in the tournament.
yeah, they just they Florida shouldn't have a problem with them.
These guys are, yeah, they're 18 and 17. It's in a just god awful conference. Like this conference shouldn't even have any representation. Anyway,
No.
um,
349th in strength and schedule.
like what the hell is that? It's ridiculous. All right, Clemson, Iowa.
This can be a great game.
It is.
I can't wait for this game. This might be one of those games where like they're pretty evenly matched in my
Look,
opinion.
they are. Look at the points per game and look at the opponent points per game. It's like nearly identical.
Yeah. This can be a really, really, really good basketball game,
Oh,
but that could change that. 10
oh,
points.
yeah, they got a lot of injuries, man. These are two, half game players. And then I don't know who that is. Yeah.
I mean, a 9 versus an 8, Big Ten conference. What's Iowa, obviously, they've had a pretty decent season. I think they belong here. I think they belong to be here. Clemson is usually, I think, a little bit better than or is usually better than they are this year. I'm gonna go with Iowa.
Okay. I I I I really am truly 50-50 on this one. I think Iowa was perhaps the last or one of the last Big Ten teams in the tournament.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can tell you. Big Ten. So Iowa, where are you, Iowa?
there they are, right under Buckeyes.
Yeah, Iowa was the last team in for the Big Ten. But Clemson's got a few injuries that we just looked at, so I'm good with Iowa.
Cool.
Vandy McNeese. Ooh,
Vanderbilt just played one heck of a game the other day.
they did. They won the tournament for the SEC, I
Yeah,
think, right?
yeah.
Am I right? Or did they lose to, no, they
They took it to the house.
did they win it all or did Arkansas win it all? I think
Oh
Arkansas.
wait, you know what? Arkansas, I think, pulled it off at the last minute, but it
Yeah.
was a very close game.
It was, yeah, Saturday. Yeah, it was a really good game. Yeah, that's right.
It was super close, like the entire time. Actually, I think it went to OT.
You could be right. Who do you like in this matchup?
I think Vanderbilt, man. Vanderbilt's got the hot ticket right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah. Nebraska, Troy. I'm gonna go Nebraska here pretty easy.
Yep, I'm with you.
Oh, this is a good one here. Who do you like between
Here it,
North Carolina and VCU?
here it is, dude. I'm going with that VCU 11-6 upset.
Me too. And Wilson's out. I don't know when he's back, but
He'll be
he's
back
been,
at the end of the. Oh no,
yeah.
he didn't come
He-
back for the beginning of the season.
yeah, so he's out and he's been averaging 20 points a game. It's a major loss for them. I'm with you, man. VCU with the upset. Illinois versus Penn.
I mean, that's Big Ten versus Ivy. Um, I think that yeah, Big Ten Penn, beat Yale today, this morning, but
Ooh.
they beat Yale. Like to win their conference. So
Yeah,
Illinois, if they can be on, I love Illinois' team this year, and they should beat Penn easily.
yeah. I love poking fun at those what was called the Ivy Conference because
Yeah.
they get all the kudos for being smart, but when it comes to sports, that's something I can make fun of them of.
Oh, absolutely. They have some decent. I mean, decent with like that being the key word, ice hockey programs, but that's about it. And rowing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we don't have March Madness for rowing.
Mm-mm. No, we
Uh,
don't.
I
A&M versus St. Mary's. Who do you like here?
think this is going to be an interesting game, to be honest with you.
I hope so.
Um, Texas A&M, they got some experience for sure. Um, Although I don't know too much about the West Coast Conference.
Yeah.
I don't think they played too many teams that
Ooh,
are.
they did beat Gonzaga.
They did, and
They,
they only
s-
lost by 8 in their first game of the season against them.
yeah. And then Santa Clara, I think we got them upsetting Kentucky on the other bracket, on the other region.
I could go either way on this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, man.
Who's Texas A&M have? I mean, they're in the SEC. Oklahoma doesn't mean really anything.
They haven't really played. They haven't won it. Oh no, I'll go St. Mary's just because like I don't see anything impressive here in terms of Texas A&M's last 10 games.
Yeah, they won by fucking 11 against Kentucky, which doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, let's go St. Mary's.
St.
That's a
Mary's.
7 and a 10. That
Yeah,
wouldn't even be classified as that big of an upset.
not really. And then Houston, any issue?
Houston's so good, dude.
Yeah, they're so good. All right, let's run it back. Houston over St. Mary's.
Yeah,
Who do you like, Illinois or VCU?
I really, really want to take Illinois. I don't know if they're ready for it. I don't know. They're like, they've been their program's been better and better in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Um, Atlantic 10 versus Big 10, 8th, 15th. Their strength and schedule hasn't been very good, VCU's.
no.
I'm gonna take Illinois to come through.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think also like Illinois is such a team that was rebuilt this offseason. Like they're only going to just build momentum and keep getting better as the tournament progresses.
Yep,
Nebraska Vanderbilt. This is a good one.
that's gonna be a great game.
Look at that strength, that net rank, 13th versus 14th.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good game. That reminds me of that. That reminds me of the what was the game we were talking about down there? Two close teams. The that reminds me of the similar like North Carolina VCU in a sense, but I'm gonna go with Vandy to take them. I mean, Nebraska's had a really good season. They got some players on their team, but they also I think have some injuries.
Do they? Yeah, you're right. 11 minutes a game, 14 minutes a game, and this guy's not
They're
ranked.
nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Nebraska's having a year.
Yeah.
But so is Vandy.
Yeah.
And it's a five versus a four. I'm gonna go Vanderbilt,
All right, let's pick them. And then Florida, Iowa.
Florida.
Yeah.
Iowa doesn't have it in the bag this year.
Nah, it's not where Florida versus Vandy. Who do you like?
I'm gonna take Vanderbilt down to the next. I'm gonna take Vanderbilt to beat Florida.
I like it, man. I like it. I was just gonna say Florida, Iowa. I don't have Florida losing quite yet, but they're not making it through the full region.
No,
I like it. Illinois, Houston. Ooh, this
that
gets
again, I think is
spicy.
gonna be a really good game.
Yeah,
Houston is one of those teams that I think everybody's gonna probably put down to their Final Four, or I think a lot of people will.
yeah,
Illinois upset us a couple times, I think, in some previous years where they haven't really made it too far.
yeah,
But this team, I think, is better than last year.
yeah.
But I don't think that they can beat Houston.
No, I don't think so either. And actually, I think Houston's offense is better than it's been the last couple of seasons. Houston's been to the Final Four at least twice in the last 3 years. I like Houston too. I like them a lot. All right. Well, we've got our Elite Eights here. Who do you like, Vandy, Houston, for the
So
Final
here's the
Four?
thing that I'm paying attention to.
Yeah.
There is going to be at least one team that's going to make it to the Final Four that's not a one or a two, in
Yeah.
my opinion,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
right now, based on what we have, I believe that team is Vanderbilt.
Let's do it, man. And you know why I'm okay with that? Because Calvin Sampson, the coach of Houston, always has a whole bunch of seniors, loves playing seniors. Houston's point guard's a freshman. He's a stud. He's going to be a lottery pick in the NBA draft, but he's a freshman.
Yeah.
And a freshman guard is typically prone to mistakes, especially late in March Madness tournaments. So I'm
And
with
I
you.
could be wrong. I could be wrong on this one, but Houston made it last year and lost.
They did.
Yeah. So I think that I would be comfortable saying Vanderbilt. Like you said, when
Yeah.
they come down to these really difficult, crazy, intense March Madness Final Four, I don't see them. I don't see it. And I think out of the ones and twos, there's always going to be one. And if it had to be one, I think it's going to be Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, man. Here's our final four. We got Duke, we got Vandy, we got Arizona, and we got Iowa State. We already both said we like Arizona to win it all, so I'm going to just mark them all the way through. Who do you think they play in the finals?
I mean, I would love to see it not be Arizona and Duke. Um, I think this bracket right here is probably going to be, Arizona Duke being those two teams that I think a lot of people are going to bring down to potentially win it. So I'm gonna, I, I have to take Duke against Arizona, man, a one and a one.
Yeah.
I
And by
just
the
don't
way,
think.
I'm with you, and I agree with you. By the way, I think that we are going to start seeing a lot more top seeds winning these tournaments, unlike years past. Like last year started it, only because of the nil and the ability to really shift top talent where the money is. And these two teams, these big, big brands, these blue bloods, they have the money, they've got the reputation, they're going to attract the top talent. I think we're going to start seeing a trend of a lot more ones and two seeds
I'm with you.
consistently making the Final Four. Yeah. Well, there it is. There's our bracket. March Madness 2026. Final four, Duke, Vandy, Arizona, Iowa State. Finals, Duke, Arizona, champion, Arizona. Save the picks, baby. Woo!
All right,
I'm gonna enter it to win.
let's do it.
If we win, yeah, champions. If we win,
Oh, you know what, Matt? Change the name.
I'd call that.
Yeah,
I messed that up.
if you can.
I don't know if I can. I'll have to do another bracket. That's my
Oh, don't even worry about it.
that's my cue to do another bracket later and call it. I call that.
But
All right.
I
Well,
think
hey,
that's a
that was
solid.
that was fun, John. I like that, man. Where are you watching the games at?
So next Friday we have our annual every year. Like Kyle, a bunch of guys that you know, sometimes Hennis. We'll either go to like a bar or we'll go to there's the Rivers Casino does this big banquet
Oh,
hall with like big projector screens.
yeah.
And it's almost like it's set up like a wedding, like get a brown table, you reserve a table and like there's so we usually go there for the day. So I took a half day on Friday. I'm gonna go up there.
Nice,
Um,
man. I like
yeah.
it.
And then Saturday I'll probably just watch them at home.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you? Just chilling?
Well, every single year, this will be the first year I'm not doing this. Every year, I take a half day on Friday and we go to Parlor, big group of like 8, 10 of us, maybe sometimes it's been like 20. It's definitely dwindled down over the last few years. But
Yeah.
yeah, this year I'm not, right? Because I'm in Michigan. So not going to do anything this year, but I'll definitely have the TV in my office. I'll be checking the games out Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the fun.
One of these years we'll have you either one way or the other. We'll watch a couple days of basketball. Maybe that'll be a fun weekend to come out by you.
Yeah, dude, I'd love that, man. Either come out by me or what I could do next year is just arrange my schedule a little bit better, get ahead of it a little bit better so that I'm in Chicago for this coming weekend. I was actually in last week for my business QBR, my job's QBRs, business reviews. Um, so something like that maybe next year, right? Just plan it better. But yeah, just laying low this year. Um, Also Dylan's having a baby, so he's usually my like right hand man when it comes to these half day Fridays.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to do anything either. But no, man, I love this time of year. I'm like you, man. This is kind of like exiting hibernation mode, like football ended, but you got basketball that's really in the best part of it, and then you've got baseball kicking off, and um,
Yeah.
and then you got the NBA and NHL playoffs coming up really shortly in April, I think, May. Yeah,
It's a great time of year all around. I think that with March Madness, I truly do think that there is going to be an upset or two. I don't know if you remember, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I think Zach Edey was on Purdue,
yeah.
and they lost in the first round.
First round.
Yeah,
In
and
I think it was in Indianapolis too.
I think it was in Indianapolis. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, dude, I was at the Rivers place when that happened, and the life got sucked out of the place for at least 15 minutes afterwards.
Oh my
People
God.
were throwing up their brackets. They were just like, because
That's
dude, they were
awesome.
favored. They had a squad.
Yeah, they were one in the country. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they had a powerhouse and they lost, and I'll never forget that. For some reason that year, I was like, people are people lost their minds, man, because like people had them to go to the whole their brackets done, they're done,
I was
and
happy
that's
as
what I love.
oh
I
my
love
God.
it.
Me too. Those upsets are gold. And especially when it's your arch rival losing in the first round when they're
Yeah,
projected to win it all. That was just glorious.
and it was just and so that's like there is going to be one of those. There, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a one, but like there'll be at least one. There always is.
Odds are it
And
will not be a one. That was the only time ever a one seed got bounced in the very first round. So odds
right.
are not this year. Maybe, yeah, it'll happen again, but probably not very soon.
No, and but there'll be a team where a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'll take them far,"
Yeah.
and it won't be like a number one or a number two, I don't think.
Mhm.
But that's the fun of it. I
That's the
love it.
fun of it. Well, look, we'll have to regroup again, probably mid-tournament or something like that, maybe in a couple weeks or something, or if we can't do it, certainly by the end, by the Final Four stage. I'd love to do another one, see if either one of our
We got to
buddies wants.
review the bracket, bro.
Yeah, we got to review our results, man.
We-
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
um,
we could do like I think we should do what the first round is what next the play-in's Wednesday.
yeah,
So that'll be telling because we need Miami of Ohio to win the play. And then Thursday's first round, Friday's first round, Saturday's second round,
yeah,
and I believe Sunday's second round. And then there's a week, and then it's Sweet 16.
yeah. Sweet 16. Yeah.
So maybe we can plan on doing episode 6 after this first round.
Yeah, let's just give you a chance to look at your schedule, your work stuff, my work stuff. And then I'm expecting some guests in town the 28th of March that weekend. Terrell and Michaela are coming up with their kids.
Oh, perfect. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's their spring break. We're gonna meet up with Martha. We're gonna do some dinners and stuff like that. So
Oh, dude, that'll be a blast.
yeah, that's in 2 weeks. So that might push us out. But that's okay.
Yeah,
We can always, even if the tournament's over, we can always just join on to review the results.
yeah, we
So
can, and yeah, we can. We can definitely, and that'll also segue into the heart of some other, baseball starting,
the draft,
the draft.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
excited.
I'm excited tonight for this Dominican Republic USA baseball game.
Yeah, what channel is it on?
It's on like CBS. It's on quite a few
Oh,
channels. It's
good.
a
Okay.
big.
That's on. That
Um,
started already. Yeah.
I think it starts in like 10 minutes. It might
Okay.
have started already.
All right. Well, I'll give you a
7 or
bit.
7:30.
We'll break here, give you a chance to go get a couple beers, get yourself ready for the baseball game. That's semis, right? That's a semi.
This is the semis, yeah. And
Yeah.
dude, let me just tell you really quick on our podcast. I called it. I'm gonna call it right now. This baseball game tonight, if you look at the Dominican Republican lineup, is unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable
Stacked.
lineup.
Stacked.
It is just a powerhouse of hitters. My gosh.
But they're going after Paul Skeens. Let's see how many freaking runs they can score on him.
Right. And so this game tonight is gonna come down to pitching and dingers, dude. That's it. I don't think you're gonna have a whole lot of runs that come through outside of home runs.
Call it, man.
Um,
Call it. Who you calling?
so I'm all USA all day, right?
USA,
I'm I'm
USA,
I'm going with
USA.
USA because we have such good pitching.
Yeah.
And look, they've got some studs, they've got some players that have played really well. But if you take that into the next round, look out for Italy.
Hey, man, they already beat
Italy
us.
has been banging in this tournament.
They already beat us.
Yeah, but they've been hitting the ball like crazy.
Who are they playing in the semis?
They're playing, I want to say it's Puerto Rico, maybe.
Is it? That sounds right. That sounds right.
Um,
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
we have Venezuela. They're playing Venezuela, actually.
Okay, the Contreras brothers will be on that team.
Yep. But dude, the game did start 0-0 right now in the first inning.
All right, man.
Um,
Well, then
but
let's call it a pod. Give you a chance to get to that game. Bottom first one out. I see that. John, absolute pleasure. Thanks for being my co-host today. You called the USA winning tonight. I like that. I'm gonna stick to basketball, and I'm gonna go back to our starting segment on Final Four champion round there, and I'm gonna remind everybody I'm calling Arizona winning it all for March Madness.
called it. You called it.
Called
And
them.
look, you know what else we called? My Wi-Fi's staying on.
Yeah, that's right. Congrats. I'm happy.
So that's a plus.
We made it all the way through.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, good segment. Hopefully I can upload this one. And otherwise, man, I'll send you some invites for the next one.
Yeah, send me some invites and let's touch base when the tournament starts.
Sounds good, man. All right,
All
brother.
right, brother. Tell Missy we said hi.
All right, man. I will. Say
All right,
same to girl. Take care.
I will. All right, brother.
Bye.